Hey everybody, Martin here, and today I'm going to be doing a playthrough of a game called Point City. Now, Point City is a game from a publisher called Flat Out Games, and Point City is kind of a game that combines the mechanisms of set collection as well as engine building. And there's a little bit of abstract puzzle reasoning going on in this game. Now, today I'm setting up for a solo playthrough. And I also want to say that the version of the game that you're seeing on my table right now is a prototype preview version that I have modified from the original game that is currently on Kickstarter right now as I'm recording this video. Now, enough about the preamble here. Let's get into the actual playthrough. So as I said, we are set up for a solo playthrough against an AI opponent. In the solo game, you always go first. I have the first player marker here. This is also a starting wild resource. So that's what I have right now. Okay, so basically I'm looking at this and I have to choose two. Let's see, well, at the start of the game, I just have to choose resources. So I'm going to go ahead and choose two resources that I may want to focus on. I think I want to focus on energy. So just to start, I think I'll take this energy and this industry. All right, so those are mine now. I'll place them here in what I hope is visible at the bottom of the screen. This is my area right here. Okay, so I've done that. I've selected any two adjacent cards, and neither of them was a building, so I'm not going to be constructing a building right now. And then I'm going to refill the market. So these two of the cards that I took were resources, which means I have to refill them with buildings. So I'm going to take the top card of the market deck, flip it to its building side. That is an EV charger. And then I'm going to take the next card, and that is also a building, and that is a mini golf course. So that's very cool. And then my turn is over. So that's pretty much how the flow of your turn goes. Okay, and now it's the solo AI's turn, and it is going to take the card at the intersection of these two the lines formed by these two market tokens here. This one on the y-axis and this one on the x-axis, plus the card directly underneath it. Okay, so right now, this AI is targeting to get this ecology resource and this economy resource. And resources do not score the AI any points, so I'm actually okay with allowing the AI to take both of these cards and then going up here into its area. And then those were two resource cards, so they're going to be replaced by two building cards. There you go, a rain garden came out and a public art. And then the last thing we do on the AI's turn is we always have to remember to advance its target token. So this one is going to advance one space rightward, and then this one over here is going to advance one space downward, telling us that then its next target card is going to be this ecology resource and this ecology resource. So we know what cards it's going to take. There is a certain predictability to the AI's movement and to what cards it's going to target on its turn. So we can plan around that. Okay. So that was the AI's turn, and now it is our turn. So we take a look at what are the cards that are available here. You know what? I think I'm going to go and take the mini golf course and the energy card. So that's my turn. I'm going to take this mini golf course. Now I want to remember that what came out of this space was a building, so that I can remember to replace it with the correct type of card later on. I'm also going to take this energy card. Okay, and that I'm going to place this token here to indicate that what came out of there was a resource. Okay, so now I have to pay for this building. You can't take a building unless you can pay for it. If you can't pay for it, you can't take that building. It's just another way of saying it. So I want to build this building. I need to give up an industry, and I need to give up currency. So I'm going to use my starting wild as my currency and put these over here in this pile of resources, this discard pile of resources. And now I've officially built my mini golf course. I have a mini golf course in my city now, which is a nice thing to have. I love mini golf. And I picked up some energy. Now, the other nice thing about building this mini golf course is it's generating 1 persistent energy for me. So technically now on my next turn, I am now generating 3 energy. And guess what? That means that I could potentially build that EV charger on my next turn. But that's for the next turn. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's refill the market. So over here, since it was a building that came out of here, it has to be replaced by a resource, that community resource there. And conversely, since this was a resource that was here in this spot, we have to replace it with a building, an ATM. All right, so that is the end of my turn. And now it's the AI's turn. And we know that the AI is targeting this card here and then the one underneath it. So it's going to take an ecology resource off the grid and another ecology resource off the grid, which right now isn't really upsetting me all that much because none of the buildings that are obvious currently really want ecology. These were 2 resources that the AI took, so now these get replaced with buildings. So now more buildings are coming out into our tableau, our grid here of choices. The last thing we have to remember to do on an AI's turn is advance its tokens. So now what we know is that on the AI's next turn, it's going to take this, it's going to target this ecology card, and then the other one, since there's no card underneath, it's going to wrap around, and it's going to take these 2 economy cards. So far, we've managed to build a building, and the AI hasn't managed to build any buildings yet. That's going to change soon. That's going to change as the game goes on. But for right now, we are 1 building ahead of the AI. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Like I said, we've got 2 choices now. We are essentially generating 3 electricity, 1 persistent and 2 electricity energy cards, which means we can afford this EV charger. Taking that EV charger is going to allow us to take a civic token. We also have the option of taking this green roof. This green roof will be 1 victory point at the end of the game, and it's going to give us a persistent ecology resource, which might be nice to have to start generating some things. It looks like those are the only 2 buildings that we could potentially afford to get right now. Do I want to get the EV charger or do I want to get the green roof? I think I actually want to take the green roof, and I'll tell you why. Because it's going to generate me a persistent energy plus my that's not energy, that's ecology, plus my existing energy that I have. That could be a good thing for me to target this civic bonus over here. So I think that's what I want to do. But, okay, if I do that, then I'm not going to have enough energy to pick up this EV charger down the road. Do I want to do that right now? You know what? I do. I'm going to pick up this green roof. I'm going to take that. And I also have to take a card that is adjacent, orthogonally adjacent to it. The only option I have is this community card. So I'll take that one as well. I want to remember and remind myself that that was a resource that came out of there. And this is a building. And I'll place this community card in my hand for right now. Now I have to pay for this green roof. So I'm generating this 1 persistent energy plus 1 of my energy cards. And bingo, now I added green roof to my city along with my existing mini golf course. So that is what I decide to do on my turn. And now I have to refill the cards that I took away from the grid here. So this was a resource, so it needs to be replaced with a building. Okay, bus stop. This was a building, so it needs to be replaced with a resource. There you go. Now it's the AI's turn. And we know that because of these 2 tokens, the AI is targeting this ecology resource, and it's going to take the one, since there's nothing below, this economy resource over here. So that is what the AI does. So far, no buildings built for the AI. Those are both resources, so we're going to replace these spots with buildings, starting from the top here, and then here at the bottom. Okay, so that is what we have. And then we can't forget to, once again, move these 2 tokens. And so now on the AI's next turn, we know it's going to be targeting this resource. As long as it's targeting resources, it's not actually earning points for itself. So I am happy about that so far. All right, so now it is our turn. What are we going to do? Ideally, we would like to pick up something that is going to give us more points. I would love to get this EV charger, because this EV charger is going to allow me to get a civic token, but I'm afraid I can't quite afford to pick it up right now because it requires 3 energy, and right now I only have 2 energy available to me. Ideally, I'm generating one persistent ecology, 1 energy, and I've got these 2 energy and community cards here. So let's see what else we could potentially afford to buy. This guy, this food cart here, requires a community, which I do have, and requires a ecology, which I also do have. I have a persistent ecology, so I can afford that. And it will allow me to get some energy, which is setting me up to be able to target this EV charger in a succeeding turn. So I think that I like that. I actually like the feel, the flow of that. So I think I will go ahead and take this food cart, and I want to remember that that was a building that came from there, and I will build it. And I'm also going to take, do I take this energy or this energy? What do I like better? I think I will take this energy over here. All right, now I got to pay for this food cart. 1 ecology right there, and then 1 community. So I'll take this community card and discard it, and then I have paid what I owe for the food cart. It joins my burgeoning little city of my green roof and my mini golf course. Now improve with a food cart. So that's cool for me. Oh, and this was a resource. It came out of here. So what I'll do is this building now has to be replaced by a resource. And then this resource has to be replaced by a building. Cool. One thing that I'll point out right now is that this market deck is actually arranged in order from tier 1. And you can tell tier 1s because they have the number of dots in the lower left of the card indicates its tier. So these are all tier 1 cards. Somewhere in the middle, we're going to switch over to the tier 2 cards. And then towards the bottom, there are tier 3 cards. And as you might imagine, the cards become more expensive the further we go. The nice thing is, your engine is building too. So you're going to be able to create and have more buying power, more resource generation, and more buying power as you go further and further through the deck. So there's this really nice kind of progression of, oh, I can buy more things. And the cards that are coming out for you to buy are getting more expensive as well. So they kind of balance each other out. Okay, let's now focus on the AI's turn. The AI, based on these 2 tokens, is targeting this energy and this community card. So it's going to take those, and that's fine. It still hasn't scored any points. The AI hasn't. And now both of these spots are going to be replaced with buildings. All right, there we go. And then let's make sure to move these tokens once again. So now we know, unless we do something in our next turn, the AI is going to be able to take this rain garden and this public art. So it's actually going to take 2 buildings. And I don't necessarily want it to take either of those buildings, but this public art more than that, because this is going to score it. It's going to allow it to take a civic token. So I am going to choose to purchase this EV charger and place this marker here to remind me that that's a building. And I'm going to place that here in my area. And what I'd like to do, I think I'll place it here for now. You can still see that. It's still in the shot. What I'd like to do with this EV charger is, well, first of all, I have to pay for it. 3 energy, there's 1, 2, 3. So these 2 energies that were in my hand go to the resource discard pile over here. And now I have to decide which of these adjacent resource cards I'm going to take as well. Community. I'm going to take community. So that's a resource. Okay. So now I have to replenish these. Refill. So this building is going to be refilled by a resource, or this what was a building here is now going to be replaced by a resource, and this resource spot was going to be replaced by a building, and that is a playground. Okay, that's the end of my turn. Now here's the thing about this EV charger card. It's got the icon of a civic token in the upper right. So taking this card, you'll notice that it doesn't earn me any victory points and it doesn't produce any resources for me, but it will allow me to take a civic token, and that is going to score me endgame points. So as I look at my cards that I've already built, I am producing energy and ecology and currency. So I could take this civic token right here. So I think I want to take this one. I'm going to take this civic token that's going to give me 3 victory points for every set of ecology and energy. And I'll place it right here in between those 2 cards, because those are both ecology and energy. And this is basically a bonus multiplier right now. Okay, so that is the conclusion of my turn. Now we come to the AI's turn, and this is going to be a big turn for the AI, because based on the position of these 2 tokens, where they intersect, it's going to be taking this rain garden, and it's also going to be taking this public art. And public art means it gets to take a civic token, and it takes the first civic to the leftmost civic token in this line of civic tokens. So basically, I'm no longer going to have the opportunity to take this one because the AI is taking it. And it's going to earn points for each one of these civic tokens that it has at the end of the game. So I'll put that over there. Essentially, the AI doesn't have to fulfill the requirements. Anytime that it draws a building that has this icon in the upper right, then it gets to draw a civic token, and that instantly will score for it at the end of the game. Okay, those 2 cards that it took were buildings, so they're going to be replaced by resources. So we'll replace them with resources here. And once again, we should remember to move its token so we know it's targeting this ecology card and the card underneath it, which is this ice cream truck. So we know it's going to take this ice cream truck unless we can steal the ice cream truck away from the AI, which we might be able to do. That might be a move that we want to do, but let's think about that. Okay, AI's turn is done. Now it's my turn, and let's think about this ice cream truck. It requires a community resource, which I happen to have, and it requires a ecology resource, which I am producing based on this green roof. So that is definitely an option for us. And then we could take this ecology as well, although we probably don't want to do that because if we take that, it's going to get replaced with a building, and we know the AI is taking that on its next turn. We would much rather that the AI take a resource which doesn't score points for it than a building which will score points for it. So we're not going to touch that. So therefore, our only option would be this other community here, if we go for this, which is a viable option. I think we could go with that. So I am going to purchase this ice cream truck, remind myself that there's a building there, and I'm going to take this community resource and remind myself that that's a resource I took there. Now I have to pay the cost for this ice cream truck. So I get this ecology resource for free because of my green roof is producing it. And then I have to give up one of my community cards. So I'm going to give up this community card to the discard pile, resource discard, and now I get to build this ice cream truck, which is going to score me 4 victory points straight up at the end of the game. So I'm assured of at least that much. I am getting those victory points. Can I actually put it here? I can, and it's still going to be visible in my area here. Okay, now let's refill the cards that I took away from the grid. My last turn, this building is going to be replaced by, this building space rather, is going to be replaced by a resource. And then this resource is going to be replaced by a building, an ATM. Okay. And now it is the AI's turn. So that was actually a good turn for me because now I was able to avert the AI from taking a building and scoring points for itself, and instead just taking 2 resources which are not going to score points for itself. So there you go. And then because it took 2 resources, let me not forget to move these tokens. Those are going to be replaced with buildings. So let's take from the deck here a light post and a market stall. Okay. Okay, so we have sped up time, and we have moved to kind of like we're closer to the end of the tier 2 section. We're moving into the tier 3 section of the game. Just to bring you up to date, this is my tableau of cards here. I now have a complete set of buildings that produce all of the different resources. So I've got these energy generating buildings, this one that generates ecology, this statue that gives me money, this market stall that's generating industry. Don't ask me to explain how a market stall is generating industry, just go with it. And this bungalow that is generating community. So that allowed me to pick up this civic bonus token that will give me 6 victory points at the end of the game because I have at least one set of all of the 5 different resource generating buildings. So that is kind of cool. That said, the AI has been no slouch as well. The AI has been scoring points like crazy. It picked up these 2 5-point victory point buildings in an earlier turn. It's got 2 of these bonus tokens. It's got other cards that are scoring points. It's got sets of these. It's going to score 3 victory points for each set of 3 resources that like resources that it's got. So it's also been scoring a bunch of points. So let's continue our game here. So now it's the AI's turn. So the AI is going to go after this economy card over here, this intersection, and it's going to take this solar array, which is going to allow it to take a civic bonus token, the next one leftmost in this line here, which is how you set up the bonus tokens for the solo mode. So we're going to do that now. AI is going to take this economy card, or resource card, and then this building. Great, and then we'll move the AI tokens as well for its next turn. So it grabs the solar array, which grabs a bonus token, And then it doesn't care about this resource. That doesn't score at any points at all. So that's, I'm actually going to move those discarded resources even further up because it doesn't have to really be in the shot. Okay. And then we're going to refill. This was a resource, so that is going to be replaced with a building. This was a building. It's going to be replaced with a resource. And now it's my turn. Okay. So what do I want to do here? To take this playground, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my 1 energy from here and my 1 industry production from this market stall to take this playground, which is going to generate me another ecology resource, which is going to give me another 3 victory points at the end of the game because of this civic bonus token here. That was a building. And then I'm going to take this industry resource over here because I think that based on how the grid is arranged right now, industry is slightly more in demand than anything else, because this bus stop wants industry, this bungalow wants industry, this golf course, this ATM, even that repair shop. So I think industry is going to be more useful for me in the next few turns than if I had chosen this double community. So I think that was the best move I could make there. I hope so. And now let me go ahead and refill the market. This was a resource, so that's going to be replaced with a building. Turns out it's a botanical garden. Ooh, look at it. It requires 3 energy and 4 ecology. No way I could afford that. But if you can afford to pay that, that will give you 7 victory points at the end. And then this building, this was a building, it's now going to be replaced with a resource. Okay, so that's the end of my turn. Now we move over to the AI's turn. And the AI is going to be taking this Ingenuity card here and then this Bungalow. And there is not a thing I can do about it. So this was a resource, and then this was a building. Ingenuity card doesn't help the AI, as I said, in this game mode, but the Bungalow is definitely something that's going to score it points. Not only the points that are on the card itself, but also points for the set. So that's AI is going to do what the AI is going to do. This was a resource. Oh, let me not forget to move the AI's tokens here. Now it's going to go for an ecology and an economy. So at least on its next turn, if nothing changes, it's going to start picking up cards that aren't going to score it points. So that's good. This resource is going to be replaced with a building, an airport, expensive airport, and then this was a building. Now it is a resource, a community resource, double community. All right. The number of cards in the market deck is getting depleted. The game ends once I have to draw, and I am unable to draw. So basically, once the deck runs out, that is the end game trigger, and then we go to scoring. I think I'm just going to take the warehouse. So the warehouse costs 2 energy, which I generate, and 2 community, which one of these cards can take care of. So I'm going to take this warehouse. That was a building, and that is just going to score me straight up 4 victory points over there. And then I'm going to take this energy card here, which is a resource, and then I will replace these. I will replenish. So this building gets replaced with an economy resource, and then this resource gets replaced with a building. Oh, and you know what? Did I forget to advance? I think I forgot to advance the AI from my last round. So it's taking this airport and this urban forest. Now the urban forest is fine because even though it increases the set of ecology buildings here, the AI's earnings from that set is capped at 3 victory points. Even if it has 4, 5, 6, it's going to earn 3. So that is good for me. But this is not necessarily good for me because the AI freaking built an airport. And that airport is going to allow it to take this bonus token as well. So that's that. And I can no longer draw any more cards to replenish here. So according to the rules, that's the end of the game. So now let's do... All right, so first of all, I'm going to add up the points printed on my constructed building cards. So let me write down building cards right here, and let me count up what I scored from building cards just on the face. There's 1 here, 2, 3. There's +4 is 7, +4 is 11, 12, 14. So just from building cards for me, that's 14 VP. All right, now, we also points gained by civic tokens. So as far as the player goes, we don't, there's not much sources of points that we have in our game. It's points that are printed on the cards and civic tokens. So this token here means I will earn 2 points per energy building I have. So that's 2 times 2 is 4. Civic tokens energy, that's 4 VP. And then I've got 2 sets of a pair of energy and ecology. So according to this, that's 3 times 2, that's 6 VP. So I get 6 VP. So this is energy plus ecology, 6 VP. This guy gives us 6 points for every, because of one, I have at least 1 set of every different resource. So all resources equals 6 VP. And then this guy says I get 2 points for every industrial building I have. So that's industrial buildings for VP. Okay, so my total is 14 plus 6, 20, 24, plus 6, 30. I have 34 VP. All right, that's what I was able to score, 34 VP. Now let's see what the Solo AI did. And the Solo AI scores from a few more things. So how does the AI score? Points printed on their constructed building cards, just like a player. So let's look at the AI. So building cards. Let's see, there's 4 there. There's 8, 9, 10, 12, plus 10 is 22, plus 7. 22 plus 7 is 29. All right, so it's got 29 VP. I can already tell I lost, folks. It's already got 29 VP just from points on the cards. And then points per permanent resource on their constructed building cards. So if we were playing on medium, points printed on cards, 1, 2, 3 points for each type of permanent resource, and 5 points per civic token. So not only has the AI beat me, I was playing on medium, it blew me out of the water. So it's going to score 3 points for this. That's another 3 for its ecology. 3 VP. And then 5 points per civic token. So it got 4. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So it scored civic tokens 20 VP. So its total is 49 plus 3, 52 VP. So AI, the final score, folks, just to be official here, the final score is the Solo AI scored 52 victory points to my 34 victory points. So the AI in this game walloped me, defeated me by 18 by an 18 victory point margin. So that has been my solo playthrough of Point City, which is, as you saw, a pretty nice. And, you know, it seems to be a light game, but this game, this Point City surprised me with just how simple the game sequence is. Basically, on your turn, just pick up two cards, and then it's my favorite kind of game in which the complexity of the choices kind of emerges from a very simple turn sequence. So that's very pleasing to me. I like games that are easy to learn, very easy to set up, very fast to play, but the choices that you have to make are not necessarily easy. They can actually get pretty crunchy. So I am very pleased that I had the opportunity to try out this game called Point City, and I will definitely be playing this. And I do definitely recommend this game for a solo experience. So those are my impressions. This is like the third time that I'm playing this game. I played it incorrectly earlier. I was only taking one card every time the solo AI took a card, was supposed to take a card. Now I think I played it a little bit better, a little bit more correctly. But yeah, so Point City, I like it. And you should check it out. It's still on Kickstarter right now. Until next time, this has been Martin. Thanks for watching.